Peace.
Peace, Craig.
Peace.
Peace. What's
I can tell by the way, I can tell by law, he love his bed, baby.
I see you.
You
Get up.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my man's to grow it out some more, man.
Man, you gotta put that king up in there, man. It's gonna bring you, take you to another level.
Alright.
There you go, yes, sir.
About to level up. I'm in here trying not to OD.
My shit, I put it on today. I just put it on like 5 minutes ago. My shit glistening, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
And it smell good.
For sure.
That part.
Yo,
man.
Kroger, set
All
this
day.
shit off, B.
All
Well,
day.
First off.
Yeah, you know the vibes. Fuck out of here. Sonny Brown. Fuck out of here. Now tuning into the Fuck Out of Here podcast. Look, vibes. You ain't fucking with us. We ain't fucking with you. I know what you could do. Fuck out of here. We only cool with a few. It's only love for the crew. And homie, that ain't you. Fuck out of here. The same go for the bros. If y'all ain't loving the Lord, then let me show you the door. Fuck out of here. That shit whacking and whack. Put it back in the bag, cause we ain't fucking with that. Fuck out of here. You ain't fucking with us. We ain't fucking with you. I know what you could do. Fuck out of here. We only cool with a few. It's only love for the crew. And homie, that ain't you. Fuck out of here. The same go for the bros. If y'all ain't loving the Lord, then let me show you the door. Fuck out of here. That shit whacking and whack. Put it back in the bag, cause we ain't fucking with that. Fuck out of here. I'm giving it up. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, man. Tune in, man. Wednesday from 9 to 10 p.m. 420, bake your face off. You know how we do it. Unscripted shit, you know what I mean? Give it to you raw, baby. Live and direct. All your A-listers, B-listers, C-listers. Come on. A to Z-listers. That's how we give it up, man. If you nobody, you fucking nobody. We gonna make you somebody. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. Right.
Okay.
What you know about that?
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Building.
With the city missing. Niggas slept on me, they ain't bad attention. I told them wake up, it's a new edition. Till I crept in the door like a no eviction. Yeah, I said that boy stepped it up. Man, I own my own company, that's why he leveled up. I remember stumbling, rumbling, those savage nights. And I'm on my job shit for my kids to live right. Tell me who hotter, no papa, don't bother. I'm top shot, but with your neighborhood Obama. If you don't follow, then I block you. I mean, I block you. I see you with the H, my nigga, I'm talking doctors. Right. I got the block on fire. They got me with the fire, man. Come on. I'm your neighborhood supplier. I got it if you want it, man. I'm the man. God damn, I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm on the block with the fire. 38 special, I'm capping. OG talk 3.5s and still 60. Don't get a nigga angry, turn it off from Bill Bixby. I'm in your neighborhood, I stay with the good like Megan. I ain't with that, keep me talking shit like Tevin.
Rookie shit. Love. Showing love, baby.
What happened over there, crew? Moving some?
Noise, stuff beat, Donnie. Let's show them how to do this. Listen. I'm usually minding my own, sipping some T shit. Put on some G shit, I see shit. Garbage guys glorified like a G6. With their respect, that Barry Adrian B shit. They can't fuck with the old big, go 45. Put them bitches in perspective, every time. I take a nigga to school, kill him Columbine. Numerals of funerals when I'm busting rhymes. Shoes big to fill, can only hope to shine. Better off keeping it real, you know 9 to 5. See you 5 to 9, you ain't really qualified. Bring your line, here I come, there's the way I hide. Cause when they want the problem solved, they send the call, I send them the card. It's in the SIM card. I ain't hands, see my man's call me Cinnabar. The champ is here, you can call me Muhammad Ali. You sling packs in the trap and get stabbed. You fuck with bundles with balls, be real slag. 100 guns, 200 clips, here you strap, but then here you went on. Let me show you how to rap. How to do this, son? I do it. Let me show you how to do this, son. I do it. Let me show you how to do this, son. I do it. Let me show you how to do this, son. All I wanna do is live my life. Before a nigga go up and know how to rap flash whips. For many years, the people I fuck with tried to put plenty film, living the worst time, trying to stop my math. Get about the past, that was years ago. A nigga was nervous. Fuck with me now, you see me putting that work in. Got hair on my chest like the 40-year-old virgin. It came from me saying at the bar, drinking on bourbon, riding around, smoking in my cousin's Suburban. I was sent back in the rich, putting that work in. No shame in my nigga Dirk McGurkin. I'm on my Brownsville, left, right, shit. Bars, y'all, guess. Ever I give you the bitch, show you how to do this, son. Beat my verse the whole time I didn't even use the word gun bar. You sling packs in the trap and get stabbed. You fuck with bundles with balls, be real slag. 100 guns, 200 clips, here you strap, and then here you went on. Let me show you how to rap. Let me show you how to do this, son. I do it. Let me show you how to do this, son. I do it. Let me show you how to do this, son. Damn, boo can't fulfill it. Your garments ain't Brooklyn, bucket hat like Gilligan. The villain like Grim Balls. Locked away in the lab, trying not to kill again. A lot of good that did, I just backslid. The blood on the floor, make you rock a buck and backspin. I hear they king, I'm meant to and didn't. Get the fuck out the way when the Brooklyn boys is spitting. Cause you was a kid, I'm a conquering lion. You got stolen from wood while we mastered the iron. Running with mine, construct persons like pyramids. You want a valuable rap, look on who he is. That's on the flesh and blue split. Some feel rap, the person ass from the blast. I told him this is not a game, I'm sure that's what he thought. Come get body the balls, put you in shut mode. The big on parts like Florida State gun shows. And now understand that move rap. Done slow and stab, kick the murder. You ninjas with more than one flow. All Kogan pythons to rap my cause on. And hard long songs for kicks to rap their jaws on. Till they cramp and lie. And mommy had to stop. Now back in the booth and terrorizing the block. You sling packs in the trap and get stabbed. You fuck with bundles with balls, be real slag. 100 guns, 200 clips, here you strap, and then here you went on. Let me show you how to rap. Let me show you how to do this, son. I do it. Let me show you how to do this, son. I do it. Let me show you how to do this, son. I do it. Let me show you how to do this, son.
Enough is enough. And you are not coming to
Yo,
the
bro, get
so
into
if you want
it.
us to do better,
Play that on the way out.
Okay.
We about to be in the club in here, man. So we can't go outside heavy. We be inside doing it for the past months, bro. Yo, it's the Fuck Out of Here show, quarantine edition, episode 11. I think we had episode 11.
Something like that.
We about to round out the dirty dozen, the pandemic.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes, yo. Stunny Brown, fuck out of here.
It's your boy, man, Stucky Big. Fuck out of here. This nigga never say nothing when we go with his turn, man.
Fuck out.
DJ Crew, y'all. Fuck out of here. Yeah, every time we do the intro, he always be like, this is crazy, man.
Our internet's slow.
Yo,
That's that spliff.
welcome to the party. We in here with a special guest. One of the homies was helping. I was out doing what we do, shaking hands, kissing babies. And my people's from long range out in Paris. They sleep right now. It's late night out there. It's like after 2 a.m. right now. I was like, you coming on the interview? They're like, no, it's fucking late. My people shy. They linked me to the homie, Mr. Ed Hennings right here, the comeback coach. And it was like, y'all got to do something. This man is doing too much for it not to be a spotlight. And bomb.
Right.
I talked to the team thumbed it up. And here we go. Right now, quarantine edition, Fuck Out of Here. Episode 11 with none other than Mr. Ed Hennings. Motherfucking coach. Give it up for him and make some noise.
Yo.
Now, before we get into it, I try to brief y'all on how you doing tonight, Mr. Hennings? How you doing?
Oh man, it's a pleasure to be here, man, amongst the fellas, man, amongst you kings. Man, the fuck out of here, man. Vibe is strong, man. I'm feeling it sitting here, man. I'm amped up, man.
Good luck, man. Appreciate that.
King
Yes, sir.
King shit.
King shit, man.
King shit.
Yo, so I tried to brief the team.
Yeah,
I tried to briefly brief the team on some of the accolades, some of the things that you're doing. I'm gonna let you run it down, but I'm gonna have to throw a couple of them in there because they just stood out so heavily. The man was like, he been away, and since he came back, he hit the ground running. And since then, got a few businesses, trucking business being one, put out a book, deals with cosmetology to the nth level, you know what I mean? Not just your round the way barbershop, studied this right here. You know what I mean? And also has the new beard oil.
A joint.
Cream beard oil.
Number one.
I was like, man.
King shit.
Everybody, it's a lot of people talking they beard oil. I'm like, man, send us this beard oil. Give me a glimpse of the bio. Let me see what's going on. It was delivered. You know, a lot of people talking, but they don't walk it. Everything was delivered. I've made sure to get it out to the team so we could try it out. Yo, Mr. Hennings, that was my little brief introduction to yourself. But let the people know what it is that you do, where you hail from, and why they need to be. Why should we be looking at you, paying attention to you?
Man, I'm Ed Hennings. I'm out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For those that don't know, it's about 90 miles north of Chicago. I'm a guy, man. I'm a serial entrepreneur, man. I'm always looking and I'm always hustling. So with that being said, I always like to be able to stand behind anything that I do. So if it's not to that standard, then it's not coming. So when I started to think about beard oil, I was looking at all the things that I needed to grow mine out. And being that I was a cosmetologist, I own a barbershop and a beauty salon. So I'm using this beard oil in my beard all the time. So I'm wondering, I'm like, hey, you know, this beard oil that I'm using is decent. It's working for me. But let me put my own concoction together and get in this game. Because number one, there's not many people of color in the mainstream of the beard oil game. So I seen my niche. And man, I jumped in with both feet, and it's been going strong. So that's my latest entrepreneurial endeavor. But before that, I started the trucking business. And the trucking business, I found the lane in that through furniture delivery. I deliver for a lot of major companies like IKEA, Wayfair, Mattress Firm, companies like that who a lot of guys that drive trucks don't like to touch the freight. So I found the lane with finding guys that don't mind lifting that furniture, and there you go. So that's been going good. And before that, I started a barbershop and a beauty salon a year after coming home from prison. Before I started that first business, I was in the game. I did 20 years in prison. I went for first-degree reckless homicide. I was sentenced to 40 years, and I did 20 off of the 40 from 1996 to October 18, 2016 was my release date. So that 20 years, I was sharpening my axe. I was preparing myself for this time right here to be on the show like this with you, brother.
Welcome home, my G. Word.
Man, what's up?
Made it. You know,
appreciate you.
20 years. Sheesh.
A dub, man. 2 decades, man. And a lot of what I'm doing now was learned in the streets, was learned in the prison, and was learned just from admiring and acknowledging the tracks that guys like you leave behind, because success leaves tracks. And somebody's going to follow behind you. And I'm one of them that's always trying to learn something. So today, it ain't just me being on this show. I'm on this show also to learn from you guys, because y'all doing something that one day I might have to do or learn from you guys.
Facts.
So I appreciate the love, for real.
Yo, the feeling is mutual with that. Another reason I wanted to have you on the show is so not only could we learn from you, but like how you said, it leaves tracks, especially now in this day and age with the technology. Well, let's leave these tracks right here for others to find. I mean, and these breadcrumbs so that they could get ahead and take advantage of some of the things that you afforded yourself. I mean, like us being young black men from poverty-stricken neighborhoods, a lot of our peoples, almost all of our peoples have been affected by the prison system, whether it be themselves, family members, so on and so forth. And there's another reason why I wanted to bring you on here, because you had highlighted that part of your struggle, that part of your journey. You know what I mean, being behind them walls, and it's not a lot of young men that come out, let alone with their health, physical health, or with the mental health and stamina to go ahead and see they self through to a new life. You know what I mean? We know some might go back in, some might end up murdered, God forbid, taken by the streets.
Or they could be used to the jail system for being in there so long. As soon as they come out, they might not like what they see and do some shit to come back inside. Because they made that a home already. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that before, man. You know what I mean? So it was important to me. You know what I mean? Like we had just been doing a bunch of artists just recently, but we typically do people of all walks, and it was an honor and a pleasure for us to host you on this joint right here, this show, to focus on black business and entrepreneurial shit in this day and age, with one of the young brothers who was in the belly of the beast, escaped it, and is out here setting positive images and sending positive messages and reinforcing that with everything that he's doing, man.
Killing the game, man. I like I said, from the jump, man. All day it's a lot of love coming from you guys' side of the world, man, and I appreciate it. I just know from running programs now and dealing with a lot of people that have been in prison that's coming home, and they using me as the poster child here in Milwaukee and the example of what's possible if you get to the grind and you be that beast that you say you are. This is what you can do. But with that being said, I know, and my core message to anybody that I have an opportunity to talk to is that this is all about confidence. It's all about believing in yourself. So when somebody is defeated and they don't believe in themselves, I talk to a lot of educators. I talk to college students. So I'm telling them, hey, if you get your degree and you walk out of here with no confidence and no belief that you really can take on what's coming next after that book closed and it's time for action, and you don't have that confidence that you need to go through those challenges to build your empire, then hey, you got to get some confidence. Somebody's doing you wrong. Somebody, I don't know what teacher, what professor, what educator is in your life or in your class. If they're not instilling a strong belief in you walking out that door, you need to ask them for your money back. Because I know people that don't know how to read or write or none of that, but they got confidence and they get shit done. So confidence is what we need in our life, and that's what's in our community. A lot of broken people that don't have the confidence to walk away from something and do something like we doing right now on this podcast is, hey man, it's a level of risk in anything we do. Yeah, but if you ain't willing to jump, you ain't willing to cross that street, then you're going to be standing there and get left behind, and we seeing that a lot.
Yeah, I know it's not only me that had heard some people have said, you know, success is scary. Some of the scariest things in your life is going to be chasing that success that you claim that you want. It's not easy. You know what I mean?
No doubt. What I've learned with success is that it's in total contrary to what we've been taught. Because when they take us to the edge of the street and we cross the street and we see a car coming, it tells us to get out the way. Our instincts tell us to get out the way. But somewhere in success, you got to run on head on with that bull. That bull that's coming down there, you got to just believe in your heart that, hey, he ain't going to hit me, and run out there. because our instincts tell us to play it safe. Get out the way, stay out the way. And that safe instinct, that natural instinct to stay safe, it goes against successful people because successful people jump out there. They go.
They in the water with the sharks.
They jump right out there. They jump right out there. It's like a goat walking past a bunch of alligators saying, "Oh, they ain't gonna do nothing to me." And our natural instinct is to say, "No, man, I'm a goat. I don't get around gators. They gonna snatch my legs off."
Yo, so you also mentioned you do like motivational speaking.
I do.
How
Man,
did that come about from where you began, your start, being on the street, being behind the walls, how you made that transition into motivational speaking?
It's funny, man. When I was inside of them walls, behind them bars, I participated in a number of programs. They would bring the youth in for Scale Straight and youth awareness programs. So I participated in those while I was in, trying to tell the youth, man, don't get caught up in this mess. You know, you need to stay, make some.
Hold on. So you was on a TV show?
I didn't make it that big, man. I was a little guy. I didn't make it.
Y'all watch that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I heard you say, you go and say the thing with the sketch. Like, hold up. I was like, 5 minutes. I'm like, yo, you was on that?
I ain't make it, man. I was doing my best, man, but I ain't make the cut or something.
Oh man, that shit was crazy, man. Yo, them little kids is crazy, man. They come in there talking bad tough and shit. Then once they go to the system and shit, like they tell me something.
Man,
like, yo.
It's real. It's real, man. So just to answer your question, I took barbering cosmetology while I was in prison, knowing I got a lot of time to do. But if I don't set myself up with some type of trade or skill, when I walk out of here at 44, I went in at 24. When I walk out at 44, man, I ain't gonna have nothing to lean on. I'm gonna have to get back in the game. So I was thinking ahead. So I got a job when I was on work release at a barbershop. During that barbershop, the questions was just popping off. Man, you did 20? You did 20? So I'm answering these questions. So one day the shop owner had some kids that he was mentoring. And he said, "Ed, could you come up to the front? I was going to get back in the van and go back to prison because I was on work release. They dropped me off at the barbershop to cut hair and then take me back at the end of the day." And he said, "Could you talk to these kids?" So I said, "Yeah." Like I said, I've been doing it inside of prison. So I got there, man, and I said, "You see that van right there? I'm going to get in that van and go back to prison." I've been in prison 20 years. All the kids' heads popped up. And I just went from there. And from then on, everybody's asking me, "Could you come speak to my kids? Could you come speak to my kids?" And it just started growing and growing and growing. Next thing you know, I was at the governor's mansion, speaking to the governor, his constituents, and his wife.
Nice.
So it just organically went.
Indeed, man. They recognize what we recognize, man. Like it's gonna take somebody like you that came from a place that these kids know, you know what I mean, that know their life, know they struggle. I mean, just like how you said, their heads pop up. It's a lot of times we talk to various different people, different crowds, and their attention be a little off somewhere else, and it's something that's said that'll have them heads pop up, and it'd be a dude like you, looking like the picture of success, having that history that'll be able to snatch their attention, be like, "Yo, man, you don't want your story to be my story."
No doubt. Right. No doubt. On point. That's all day, man. When I go anywhere, man, I've been into schools, man, and looked into schools, and I come right with it. Cause I can relate to the stories. I know how you feeling. I know you the go-to guy in your clique, in your circle. I know when something go down, they call you. I spot you. You know what I'm saying? I know when they need some money, they call you. I know I can point you all out and tell you who you is. But one thing also I can tell you is that when I go into a prison and when I go into a rehab center, when I go into any juvenile detention center, and then I go into a high school, I let the high school kids know. When I look in your eyes, I see that same pain. I see that same despair. I see that same, I don't know what I'm going to do today, look in your eye that I see in the prison. that I see in a rehab center. You got the same look. You know, if I get on the highway lead me to New York, eventually I'm gonna get there, whether I'm going 5, 10, 20, 100 miles an hour. Eventually I'm gonna get there because I'm headed to New York. So you on the road. You on that road right now. You just ain't arrived yet. You might be going 5, he might be going 50, but you on your way. You on your way.
Indeed, man. Definitely need more brothers like yourself, Stuck B, DJ Kruger, setting that positive example and not scared to tell these young men, young women, like, don't do that. That's not for you.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I tell them, but they don't listen though, especially out here in New York.
They hear you though. They hear you.
Yeah, they hear you. They hear you.
And even if they
feel
might
you
try
too,
to
man.
front in front of their friends, they think about that shit later on. But don't
That's
even
right.
stop that shit, Stuck B.
Always.
Now I would never stop, but you know, I just feel like you know when we have study this Brownsville, bro. These niggas do not listen,
The
bro.
Badlands. Yeah, I know, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, what you do, you plant a seed. See, they ain't gonna hear it right now, but when they go through a challenge in life or some adversity, they gonna say, my man told me this was gonna happen. That's how I lived it. I didn't listen to all the people that was giving me the game. But once I got locked down, I said, man, they told me this was gonna happen. They told me I was gonna be in this situation. So I just replayed all of that, all of them seeds that was planted. That's what my book is all about. All the seeds that my granddaddy gave me before I found myself in that position. He told me about it. He told me what was gonna happen. He told me also how to level up. He told me how to take it to the next level. So it took me to go there to start using it. And I've been using it ever since.
Now,
so that's it.
That was an excellent parlay into one of your other businesses and ventures as far as being an author. Now, were you writing anything before you went in? Did you write this while you was in? I didn't get a chance to get into it yet. It looks good, it's well put together. I'm liking how the chapters read. It's looking like something of worth.
Yes.
It
took me, I didn't write one book while I was in prison. I didn't think about writing a book. This all came about when I came home and I had the barbershop open and I had the trucking business. I was strictly an entrepreneur. And people just kept asking me questions like, man, you did a dub. How you got these businesses? I never did a day. I never did a day. Damn, I never did a day. How are you able to accomplish this? And I've been out here all my life and haven't been able to do it. And I say, man, you know what? I've been answering these questions all over the city of Milwaukee. So I'm gonna put it in the book. I'm gonna put the answers. And that's why I called the book The Answers, because it was the questions that was being asked. So when I sat down with a publisher, it was a young lady. I'm talking about sharp. Couldn't have did this without her. Sharp young lady, man. And I just told her, I said, I don't want an autobiography. I don't want anything like that. I want the book to feel like me and the fellas is sitting on the porch and I'm the old head spitting game. I'm the old head giving them some instructions. I'm the old head that's showing them like, look, man, because when I was younger, all I wanted to do was be around old people and listen. And they say, get out of here while grown folks talking. I wanted to get that grown folks lingo so I can go to school and just be that guy. So that's the feel I gave it. And you can read it in one day. People read it in 2 hours. But I just try to come with some knowledge over and over and over and over and over. In 2 hours, you done. Be like, man, I got a lot out of that 2 hours.
It's like a good move.
That was my thing. It took me 90 days. 90 days.
How you was doing that? You was writing every day or a little here, a little there?
Well, the cold part about it was we put a tape recorder on the table, and she began to interview me. So as she was interviewing me, and I was answering her questions, she was taking notes. So as I answered the questions,
you did like an audio book, like a report.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was an audio book, exactly, a question and answer. And then she sent me a chapter and say, look at the first chapter from our first interview session. And I read it and be like, woo, That's nasty. Yeah, let's go. Because first I was 50-50. I was on the fence. Like, I'm not a writer, man. I'm not really into books. You know, I can speak it, but sitting down writing is not my thing. So once we sat down and wrote the first interview session, because it was 7 of them. In the first one, I was still walked away. Then when I read it, I was like, oh yeah. So I was beating her to the next sessions. Like, I'm ready. Because she convinced me that we could do something really impactful. And right now, you know, I'm seeing the results, and I'm glad I did it.
That's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hey, major accomplishments.
For sure.
Hats off, salutes.
No doubt.
Yo.
So what's the situation as far as with the book situation? Is there something coming after this? Did this spark in you a desire to want to do it more?
Without a doubt. I've never been a guy, even before I went into prison, that could sit still. I've always kept something in front of me. So when I accomplish one thing, I move on to the next goal. I have to keep goals. But with the beard oil is so new. I'm getting a lot of great feedback, and it's fueling me even more to continue to build off of the beard oil. Just starting out, man. I'm ready to promote it really heavily. The COVID kind of have everything slowed down with speaking and promotions. You know, you can't hit the clubs and put your promotions out there and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to building a whole men's grooming system where you got the shampoos, the conditioners, because I'm in cosmetology. So I'm working with this every day.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to ask you about that, because I see everybody be doing like beard oil, butters, but I never heard nobody do nothing about the shampoo and the conditioning and stuff like that.
No doubt. I'm in cosmetology, so I know specifically from class to doing hair since 1998, really. I was the barber in prison, but my studies and my experience in this field allows me to say, I know what oils are good for your skin underneath the beard, and I know what oils are good for the beard. Not only that, you can come out with an oil and you can say, this is this, this is that. Well, it's 3 oils I'm looking for off top, especially in organic oils. It's 3 oils I'm looking for off top. And if they're not in there, I've been using it on my beard as well. So I'm knowing that's not going to get me right. It's not going to get me right. I don't want that oil. I want that oil with that in it. So when I started to do this, I knew what oils I was looking for right out the gate. So when you ask me what's going to be next, it's going to be a process of growth in this field, because my research showed me $6.9 billion was spent last year on men's grooming products alone in the United States.
Really?
60 billion over the world. And it's projected by 2024 for the United States, men in the United States, to spend 20 billion and over the world 90 billion. So this industry is growing. Men, we are spending more time and money on taking care of ourselves these days.
Indeed.
Might as well, you know what I'm saying? Because the way the women be trying to play us, you know what I'm saying?
You're like, you looking dusty. You're not going to clean it up.
Like, fuck out of here, everybody try to diss me. Hold up.
Right.
I been doing my shit 2 for hour 2 in the bathroom too now, mom.
Right.
Yeah. Hey,
for sure. So you know that best beard contest is gonna be all over the nation in a minute, man. That contest to see who rocking the best joint, man. It's gonna be big. The ladies gonna flood that joint. You know they like them beards right now, so be looking for that.
Indeed.
And ball heads.
Oh yeah, for sure. When you grow this, you start losing this stuff up here.
Yo, that's a fact, bro. I lost this and this shit just like, I swear, man. Like I officially went bald head at 30, but I was shedding at like 25, 26.
Yeah.
So I say, yo, let me just get the use of the bald headness and stuff. So now I'm doing it now, so I'm cool.
All that, all day, man.
I'm kind of jealous though, man, because you still got hair on top of your head. I'm jealous of this man right here and this man right here.
Man, they rocking them dreads, man.
I'm holding on. They are barely holding on. Every day, my ladies asking me like, "Yo, when you gonna get a haircut? You gonna take that off?" You shed it, yo.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Heavy. This guy is heavy.
For sure, man. I can go on forever, but just to be honest with you guys, man, I'm living a dream. I'm living a dream, man. I did 20 years. I was facing life. I sat there and I didn't get a plea bargain. The jury came back and found me guilty of a lesser offense. So I wasn't facing life after the jury found me guilty. But the end of the day, man, I grew up in a certain neighborhood. I still live in that neighborhood to this day. I can move on the lake. I could do all of that stuff, but I stayed in my community because I know that the young people in my community need to know what it looked like. They need to know that this is possible because I grew up in a lot of images that I seen. It showed me that this is possible over here, man. You can grab this bag and you can get it in.
Right.
So I wanted to stay. I bought the house right next door to the childhood home I grew up in. So I stayed right next door to my grandmother.
Nice.
So that's the thing, and that's the reason why I'm staying as long as I have is because I want the youth. I go on the playground and I play basketball with the youth. I run around with them. I know their names. They know my name. And that's just because a lot of people need an agency. They need a camera. They need somebody to see what they're doing. And I say, hey, even if I got a camera here sometime, the camera's not going to be able to see me all the time because I'm interacting in my own community.
Right.
Right.
So that's my thing, man, is to really lift up the people. True leadership is pushing and helping people that have to overcome some limitations and some shortcomings, not taking advantage of them.
Exactly.
A lot of our leaders is taking advantage of our shortcomings right now instead of helping us rise above it. You know what I'm saying? We see it in sports all the time where some player or some coach comes on the team and dude was a scrub or he was just an average player and he raised his game up because he was on the court with Jordan or Magic or somebody like that. So that's how we got to lead in life, man. We can raise some guys of lesser ilk or don't have the skills that you have, but you can raise their level of play. You can raise them up.
Facts.
Major. Hats off. Definitely got to salute you on that, man. It's not a lot of people at all thinking along those levels. I mean, even though coming from some of these worse off neighborhoods, you understand like the homie my man's from out LA, Nipsey Hussle.
No doubt.
Sometimes you understand what it means to have to get out of the neighborhood because sometimes they won't let you. They won't let you live.
That's
right.
right.
You be great.
That's right.
But at the same time, I can't even necessarily say what would happen if they knew you was $1 billion man and you was still there next door to grandma.
No doubt.
And in the day and age we live in, man, we would just hope that you and the family would always remain safe and they would recognize that what you put on the line to stay there in order to help them possibly achieve some of the things that you have, man, and get over some of the obstacles.
Around.
Yeah,
he's still around, man. He's like trying to show them like I'm the definition of change. You know what I mean? Yeah. I done did like 20 years with some shit. I came home and look, I'm booming with beer oil.
3.5. 3.5 years. I've been home 3.5 years, got 4 businesses, man.
Came out the gate booming. You was like, yo, listen, man. As soon as I get my freedom, man, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And
no doubt.
No illegal shit.
Look, man, like you said, man, sometimes you become the hunted. First you the hunter, then you get to a level, now they hunt your ass. Mm-hmm. So you only can stay so long because that mentality is there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People that loved you, they don't love you as much no more because of that success. So you really have to be careful. I understand, that concept and how that clock is ticking to say, hey, well, it's time for you to, you know what I'm saying? Gary, Indiana, Michael Jackson had to go. He couldn't stay in Gary no longer.
Right.
He had to, get up out of there. So I know the clock is ticking, but while I'm here, I'm gonna continue to, try to be as positive as I can. And look, man, like I said, I'm living a dream, man. 4 years ago, I was in prison. Here you go, 4 years later, man. I'm on a podcast with guys on the other side, and I'm gonna be sleeping with a smile tonight. And I appreciate, just the opportunity, man. For real.
When you think back on it, in your mind, with your inside voice, say, "Fuck out of here."
Man, fuck out of here.
Nah, shit.
Yeah, man.
All right, so you almost 4 years home. You did 20, so you gotta do the math. 24 years ago, it wasn't even nothing like this. No kind of social media, Instagram, Facebook, like, you know what I mean? So for you to come home and see the change, what you think about it?
I'm gonna tell you, man, when I first came out, man, it was like, man, get that garbage out of here, man. It gets driving people crazy, man. The cell phones got people like this. They zombies. And I'm starting businesses and they looking down at a phone. I'm telling my son, man, put that phone down and let's get to cracking. So I'm looking at it, I'm giving it all of the negativity that I promise you. I'm running the beauty salon. I don't even want to touch social media. I'm like, I'm not jumping on social media. That ain't nothing but trouble. Right. So next thing you know, the movement just jump off with BLM. All of the knowledge that's being passed, all of the connections that's being made. I'm talking about we are being able to show people in Sweden, in Switzerland, in Germany that things ain't right here, man. And it's all due to the young people and the cell phone and the technology. If Dr. King and the brother Malcolm would have had the cell phone and social media, they might have would have fixed this problem a long time ago.
Right.
But they wouldn't have got killed.
The young people in social media has been incredible. I'm talking about ever since the George Floyd incident, they pushed that button and social media has taken control, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what social media has done during this movement, man. And like I say, I was in opposition to it for the first 3.5 years I've been home. But the last 3 months, my goodness, this is powerful. This is crazy how, y'all doing it, man. I'm 48. I don't know how old you guys are, but I think you 30?
43.
I just turned 46. We just celebrated birthdays this past weekend. Leo.
Okay. Happy birthday, Kings.
Thanks, bro.
But I tell you, man, the young people in social media is powerful. They got this thing, and it's crazy how I just sit back and I admire them so much. I love social media now, man. I'm all for it, man, and I'm on it. I think it's the #1 tool in what's being accomplished right now. It's the tool.
Right.
They can't quiet you on it. They can't censor you. They can't stop you on this thing.
Yeah, but they can block you though, or delete your account. You know what I'm saying?
Or word.
Message is too powerful. You know what I'm saying? If it's too powerful, they would definitely
they'll find a way, B.
Yeah.
No,
but for now,
fuck out of here.
It's like when the cover is off the fire hydrant, that's what it is right now. It's full blast.
It is, man. I just it's a good time to be a black person right now, man, with all of the true knowledge and true education, man. Just learning every day, man. I was just sitting on the porch with my aunt this morning. I come from the gym, and I said, we had some talks about. I said when they freed the slaves in 1865, supposedly free-ish, right? They said that everybody who owned a slave, they got $300 per slave because they lost property. So they got reparations for slave owners that lost their slaves, lost their property during the Emancipation Proclamation. And that's something that I never knew till this morning, but all because of social media, I learned that. And I said, man, the equivalent of $325 in 1865 is $4,500 today. So if you had 500 slaves and you freed them today, that was $4,500 of reparations that you received for property that you lost. So with that perspective, you change a lot of people's thought process about what's going on in their lives today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the reasons why the people is so, the word is docile, why the people ain't set the world on fire already, is because they had so much of that knowledge was hidden. So much of the real destruction and hate has already been hidden and tucked away. You know what I mean? People don't even really know them stories. It's people that's just finding out about Black Wall Street now.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. And that's one thing about sitting in prison for 20 years. You pick up on a lot of knowledge, reading and learning who you are and what's been going on and what's the foundation of this thing. And you know, it's been a continuation of that, building my wealth and building my lifestyle on the backs of somebody else. You know, once again, when I say the shortcomings, instead of you helping something that you created this environment of us because we got your name, we got your language, we even celebrate shit we don't even know nothing about just because that's what you showed us. Now we're waking up and we're saying, hey man, I can't celebrate the 4th of July. My people wasn't free on no 4th of July. Why am I celebrating this? Exactly. And then at the end of the day, you know, you walk away understanding with a clear head now that, hey, slavery and all of these things that gave you a level of 5 or 10 or 50 up on everybody else, you haven't stopped this practice. You just redesigned it. So therefore, if I commit a crime, you have designed it so that my mistake, my shortcomings, the things that you created in me, because I'm mimicking you, first of all. But at the end of the day, if I do commit a crime, 90% of all prisons are in rural America. They're upstate. They're somewhere near where a bunch of towns that would normally be failing if they didn't have a prison built in it. So it's rural welfare. So continuing on the process of, if you make a mistake, I get to come in and work and tell you what to do all day and go home paid to do it and fund the rest of my life and my pension through this prison system.
Modern day slavery.
Modern day slavery. It's just a continuation of continuing to build my lifestyle. If you go to your police officers in my town, they ain't even from Milwaukee. In the urban community, 75% of them are from up north and they come down here and work and then go back home. Even if they got to stay for a period of time, they still get the pension that they're going to take back to where they're from. So continuing to fund your lifestyle in your community, as is the school board. The school board in Black neighborhoods is run by predominantly white people. And once they come in and work and tell you what to do, their kids don't go to our schools. They don't live in our community. They just come in there and get paid to tell us what to do and go back, furthering the concept of my lifestyle will be funded on the backs of these people.
Indeed.
Yeah, but some of them be like really trying to help.
Yeah, some do. Some do.
Help, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
some do.
Because you know, I knew some white teachers and stuff like that that really cared about me and my education and my coming up back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, I agree 100%. I follow Jane Elliott. Jane Elliott is awesome. I have some connections here with the governor, a good guy. You know, I have some connections with some people that I really, you know, respect and know that they're actually got a heart and they're trying to help. But at the end of the day, you know, that I can sit down with them even before I came to the knowledge of the 4th of July and things of those natures. They sat me down. A white guy sat me down and said, hey, why are you doing this? And I'm like, what you talking about? It's the 4th of July. I'm having a great time. Barbecue. It's great. He said, I never understood why you people do it. And I was like, I said, Doug, are you serious? He's like, yes, I'm serious. I never understood it. So even some people that's trying to help, they know like this is your problem. This what's wrong with you. You don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. You know, and not that and that's part of helping me. It's saying, hey, this is how I'm gonna help you find your identity and find out who you are. That's gonna help you. And it's white people, Mexican people, Asian people that's really trying to help us people and any other people. You know, I try to help everybody.
Indeed. It's in us. It's in our nature.
No doubt. It's in the melanin, right?
Yeah. You know, because at the end of the day, like how you was speaking, that confidence in, unless a child come into the world and they surrounded by elements that's breaking that down, you come in thinking you invincible. Like
That's right.
until the kid fall off the bed,
Ooh.
I'm invincible out here.
Yes,
and
no
even
doubt.
still, after that, a certain part of you is still exists in your psyche. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
We not scared to lose nothing because we good. You good
That's right.
where you at doing what you doing, and vice versa with all of us. So when somebody else is on the set and they need a hand, it's like, yeah, we give you a hand. We ain't worried about losing what we got. But
that's right. That's
that
right.
same thing don't exist on the opposite side of the coin. They scared to death that once we start coming over there and coaching on the territories, we taking everything that's there. You kind of right, but we don't just come through with that attitude. You know what I mean?
Right. That's
we gonna
right.
come
That's
through
right.
and dominate, but we just talking smack though. You know?
Yeah, I agree, man. We are, I mean, just to be a part of, what's going on now and looking at the history, man, it's nothing short of a miracle. It's nothing short of amazement, man, that we are still here and still advancing to this day, man. I admire even the people. They say we gotta love our people through our illness. Brother Malcolm said, man, what's wrong with why we act like this? He said, man, we gotta love our people through our illness. So I've adopted that, man, and been able to look at even the worst of us, so to speak, and say, man, you know what? It's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right. Just hold on. Yeah, just hold on.
You right. And the bro Stuck Beezy, as he's over here masterfully skilling up this ting. One of the things that he be talking about all the time too, and I see exactly what he meaning, and it definitely needed. He like, we gotta bridge the gap. Like, we all considered OGs. They consider us old, you know what I mean? Not in the loop. And a lot of times cats would be tearing each other down. Older cats tearing the younger ones down, younger ones tearing the older ones down, whereas we need to be helping each other get to where we need to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that be the ignorant in-crowd people, like the people that's always popular. Like they always
think they always popular.
Yeah, they always belittle people because of their insecurities, you know what I'm saying? So they just you put you under the bus. That go for hustlers, everybody, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, everybody.
They be so insecure, you know what I'm saying? For the people that don't want to be like them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They try to shun you all the time and shit. Oh, go do this. I gave you this and that and third. They talk about it and brag. And then when they fall down, they, yo, remember I used to do this? Yeah, that was a remember. What you doing now, though? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Bro. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk, man. Real talk, man. I just had like I said, I was talking to my aunt this morning. We were sitting outside, and she was talking about the haters and all of that type of stuff. And I was like, well.
That's what Auntie was talking about?
Yeah. She was talking about the haters, man. You know, you can't do nothing in this town because there's haters and stuff like that. And I said, well, it's like this, man. Let me use 2 examples for you. I'm going to give you 2 examples. First of all, a lot of people and a lot of spiritual or religious people read the Bible. And I say, well, you want to talk about the haters. It was Jesus and 12 other guys that's still making an impact on people's lives 3,000 years later. So that's 13 people, 13 individuals that's still making a massive impact on society today. Number 2, when the people who took this country, George Washington, Andrew Jackson and company, it was 8 of them. 8 of them. It wasn't 50 million. It was 8 people that said, you know what? We got to have this. It's time to bust this move. And the Boston Tea Party kicked off with 8 people. So the haters going to be there. They always been there. The haters was back there in BC. The haters was there when Harriet Tubman bust the move. The haters was there when Obama made his move. And the haters gonna be there when we make our move. So that's just part of the hookup.
Yeah.
Part of the hookup.
Same time, we definitely got to bridge that gap between the young and the old generations, or these generations, so that we working together for a common goal.
That's right. I agree. 100%.
Yo, DJ Kruger, what's going on over there? Talk to me. I know you usually be holding a couple of questions in the chamber. He be saying me and Stuck Beezy, we talking a lot. I just be excited when we got to get, like, I already know how the interview gonna go because we usually pick quality guests. And we could actually just sit back and let you host the show because so much content.
I promise you I couldn't do it. I promise you. Soon as I see y'all faces, I clam up like I need that. I couldn't go by myself, man. I promise you.
Yo, a lot of people be like, yo, Stuck, yo, you been look like James Harden. I'm be like, nah, my man Edward Hennings shit look like the James Harden. Like, my shit look like Freeway. I'm going with Freeway now.
Right, for sure. Freeway, yeah, got that.
The Philly joint.
Yeah,
for sure.
Shun got the, know what I mean, the Milwaukee, know what I mean? Oh, shout out to the
man,
Buffalo, man.
The Milwaukee, man.
For the last couple of years, too, last few seasons. The basketball team.
No doubt, man. Giannis, man, we about to take this thing, man. I don't know if y'all watch the ball like that, man, but
yeah.
The Bucks, we about to take this thing, man.
I'm in the bubble.
That's right. We about to take this thing, man. You know, Giannis is ready now. He ready. LeBron in the way, but we ready.
Yeah. His brother need to step up a little bit too, man. I don't know why
for sure.
Step like, yo, if I'm playing with my brother on the same team, man, it's on, man. Yo, we about to I'm starting with you, bro. Let's get this practice on after these games, and when we got our time more, we working. It's like how when you came home and you started, you know what I'm saying, booming your shit. You know what I mean? Same shit. Wow.
Yeah, I see it, man. I've been checking y'all. I went on YouTube when I first connected with my man, and I went on YouTube and just started checking everything out. And I already knew, man. I started thinking back to my old days when I was bumping the Wu-Tang, man, and all of that, man, and Nas and Grand Poobah, and you know, back my brand Nubian days.
Right.
Jump up to get beat down, man. I was just feeling that energy, so I was like, "Oh yeah, I can rock with this. I can rock with this."
Funny, though, we be chilling with these dudes now. You know what I mean?
That's like, what's up.
Facts.
Yo, that's a
X.
Yeah, it's typically when we bring somebody on, we don't be highlighting ourselves, but you know what I mean? We kind of, I know, I'm gonna speak for myself. Me personally, I'm pretty much living my dream, bro. Like, we come into the game, seeing the rappers on TV, admiring the dudes, then you might be lucky enough to get a hometown celebrity, this, that, and the third.
Right.
You never think that you're gonna be, even though you aspire to be in the same room, in the same stage. Yeah, I mean, you don't really be thinking it's gonna happen. We living that life. And a lot of that is due, thankfully, to the big my little bro Stuck B. His big bro is Sean Price, the legendary ruck from Helter Skelter boot camp. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's held high. He's one of the, he called himself the greatest rapper, but what's better than that is all of his peers call him one of the best, you know what I mean?
That's what's up.
That's what's up. So on the strength of that being his big bro, we had the pleasure and the honor to be welcome into a lot of different circles. On top of we do our own thing now, we don't just be talking about what we be doing because doing something else.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Yo, to actually, like I said, we be in the same room with them. They be on the show.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Hit them on the hip, yo.
I'm just saying, like, it's just weird though. Like, you know, like my brother been doing this for over 20-something years. Rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? I lost him a year before you came home in 2015, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I was just always like, my brother just told me, like, yo, don't be a groupie. Do me a favor, don't be a groupie when you meet niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept that like that. So, you know what I mean? I was seeing him out in the world, like, I mean, shopping, and, you know, you would see people, running up on them. I'd be like, I'll see them one day. You know what I'm saying? I'll see them one day, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'm glad I waited patiently, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, everything is just coming into full circle now, you know what I'm saying? Me with the music, the artists, you know, they just feeling my humbleness, like, you know what I'm saying? So it goes cool, man. Word. Appreciate
That's what's up, man. Back here in Milwaukee, we have a hip hop week. Alderman put together a hip hop week, so we get different guys and acts to come in and speak. So 2 years ago, well, I spoke at the last two, but the first one that I spoke at, I was on stage with Kool Herc.
Whoa.
So man, we was backstage, man, and he's a wild cat, man. He had that place jumping, man, and it was backstage, but man, I had a wonderful time with him, man. You know, a lot of hip hop heads here, man, and to be able to, you know, just sit down and listen to him. I ain't have to talk because he held it down. I just sat there and just sponged it up.
Yo, since you the plug out there, you know what I'm saying? You know the governor, and I know you probably got the juice, the clubs, and the spots where the world opened up, man. Talk to the promoters, man. Get us out there.
You got the juice now, eh? You got the juice.
Hook us up with some shows out there, man. We'll definitely come out there and bless the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Man, for sure. For sure, man. You know what? I'm not big on the scene. I be working so much doing stuff, but I do know, man, I got a guy, Twan Mack, man. He's deep. He gets down, man. And, you know, the hip hop week and all of that stuff like that, man, we got to stay connected, man, because when the Bucks win the championship, I want to get y'all some jerseys out there. So y'all can my boys, number one. Number two, you know, I know that thing, man, the hip hop thing is real and it's thick here, man. So yeah, we need to see if I can't tell some guys to come on and talk to you about, because they hip hop heads for real.
Yeah, let's connect these dots, man.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. For sure.
Yo, man, it's been we done already blew past a good almost an hour on here. We're not gonna keep you all night.
Okay, man.
I don't think you heard him when he was asking. I heard him when he was flossing off the book. He was like, "Yo, so where can you get the book at?"
Okay, good question. EdHennings.com. You can go on EdHennings.com. You can get the book. You can get the beard oil on there as well. I send them right out. I don't play no games with it. The book, the beard oil, the program that I run with people coming out of prison, with the youth in the community, is all on my site on EdHennings.com. Hit me up if y'all follow social media. I talk about the beard game. I talk about different things on a daily basis, just dropping some inspiration, some knowledge, and some things that can help you get to that next level. Some things that when I go to the gym, I work on arms, back, legs, but when I'm at home, I work on character. I work on, you know, myself, something that I can improve on, whether it be being on time for something, always working on something about myself to know that I'm better today than I was yesterday.
Yes,
and if you can go to bed at night saying to yourself, hey, I'm better than I was the next day, because you only could lie to me. You can't lie to yourself. You got to lay down there and say, you know what? I haven't made any improvements from today, last week, last month, last year.
Facts. I like that.
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely going to go back and repeat this episode. I would have watched this again.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, you know, well, you know, a lot of people tell us our shit is like that anyway. It's entertaining, you know what I mean? You get that hip hop vibe, but then we also want to leave them jewels like this too. You know what I mean? Let them talk to successful, small black business owners like yourself, male, female, our state, around the nation, around the world, just to show them this is real. And just like how you were saying, you still on the block. A lot of people never understood it, why his brother never left the block. You know, he was one of the most successful rappers. He told me himself. He had his passport stamped out a few times. It ain't even a lot of rappers today getting passport stamped out, got to get a new passport. But he stayed in the block, and that always meant something. Like when they would do events in the neighborhood, the entire neighborhood, all of the blocks, regardless if they got along or not, they would come out because that's one of our hometown heroes, bro. And he's still right here where you could reach out and get at him. So definitely respect what you're doing on those levels, bro. Yeah, keep going and keep being that positive influence for the world. Doing good
right,
things,
man.
doing good works.
Man, I appreciate the love, man, and I send it right back at you guys, man, for having me on, man. I'm supremely humbled to, you know, just be on with you guys. Like I say, man, it's been a dream, and y'all continue to help me and assist me in being a dreamer and a believer. So, you know, man, one love, man, all day.
You got it.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming out, man.
No doubt.
Oh, well, coming
Right,
on
man.
here, because it ain't like we got you at the station.
Man, I want to fly out. I'm gonna get to fly to New York. I want to fly out.
Listen, the focus is to wrap this up. This is the quarantine edition. We want to wrap this up. We ain't trying to rush the world and fast forward into no nonsense.
Right.
But as soon as we can, we back at it where, you know, slap some vibes, get some daps.
I gotta come out there and see you. If y'all ain't here, I gotta get out there and see y'all guys do that thing on that stage, man. So, hey, keep me in the loop, man. When it go, I'm there.
Don't worry, man. When you come, we're gonna show you a good time. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Everything is good for you. You know what I mean?
Looking forward to it.
All right, bro. You know what I mean? Peace out.
All right, peace out, man.
You ain't got to go.
Oh,
you gotta get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, you know the vibes stuff.
You know the vibes.
Fuck out of here.
Yo, it was good. It was good building with you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Success.
Man, everything, man. All day, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm finna make some calls now and say, man, it was live.
Wow. Yo, Kruger, take us out of here.
You know the vibes.
Enough. And you are not coming to the people's side. So if you want,
yo, this right here is Big Daddy Kane and Chuck D new joint.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
That shit is whatchamacallit, Kruger.
To me, it seems that they just want to observe you, and then they have the nerve to come and disturb you. They force and curse you, they physically hurt you. I heard the patience was a virtue, but how long we gonna disregard the fact is we all talking crap. This new age, trying to review rage, or y'all gonna need some skin on top of the Luke Cage. Trayvon, terrorists, they gone, perish. On up to George Floyd, see what your laws avoid, and now we got a sort of order before the slaughter gets ordered with mortar reporters, those who do the young daughter. This we gotta put a mandate on. You see my bullet wounds and try to put a band-aid on. As soon as one of us take a stand, they wrong because you wanna keep us on your plantation. Come on. Must be a way. I see this every day. We can't be led astray. Streets of course is where they come for ya. The sheets are on, and I don't see no comfort up. Now you may prepare for 2K, but they prepare for 3Ks. Order comes here later. I see the ones that fight for solidarity, and still in all, I see a lot of y'all are hearing me. You know what? The fact is y'all kinda forgot to struggle like activists all timers. Learn to walk on the path when it's narrow. Can't be crabs in the barrel, there's just grab in the barrel. We should demand order to correct the manslaughter. Presidents of flat drinking tan water. And Puerto Rico, right here for your people. Let's stay strong and try to keep a hand in it. Transcend it until the next pandemic. Let's go.
Yeah, how did I get back on?
Yeah, this shit is called Enough. Something that they put out in response to what's going on with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all of that.
Another life just ended. You only got suspended. They all say I'm hating it, only race bait. But we ain't gonna trust us until we get justice. Yeah. In the fight for peace, we gonna rise like geese. Hey, us in the darkest hour, we still fight the power. Yo, you can't stop the coward from Malcolm to Mallory. We're gonna keep it 100. We ain't trying to run brothers. Yo, think we're gonna stay distracted. Y'all got it backwards. We out.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this against the common enemy. Yeah, you know the vibes. Stuck B, fuck out of here. Sonny Brown.
Yo, thanks again for rocking with us.
Tuning into the Fuck Out of Here podcast. Little vibes. You ain't fucking with us. We ain't fucking with you. I know what you could do. Fuck out of here. We only cool with a few. It's only love for the crew. And homie, that ain't you. Fuck out of here. The same go for the bros. If y'all ain't loving the laws, then let me show you the door. Fuck out of here. That shit whacking and whack. Put it back in the bag, cause we ain't fucking with that. Fuck out of here. You ain't fucking with us. We ain't fucking with you. I know what you could do. Fuck out of here. We only cool with a few. It's only love for the crew. And homie, that ain't you. Fuck out of here. The same go for the bros. If y'all ain't loving the laws, then let me show you the door. Fuck out of here. That shit whacking and whack. Put it back in the bag, cause we ain't fucking with that. Fuck out of here. I was giving it up. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, man. Tune in, man. Wednesdays from 9 to 10 p.m. 420, bake your face off. You know how we do it. Unscripted shit, you know what I mean? Give it to you raw, baby. Live and direct.
No.
The A-listed, the B-listed, the C-listed.
Yeah.
Rocking the joint.
I'm about to go get somebody panties wet. Know what I'm saying?
Nobody. Go make you somebody. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, man, thank God that I didn't do no stupid shit because the top was still open, boy. I could have
Oh,
spilled.
no.
Woo-wee. Yo, appreciate you, bro.
Well, man, I'm glad y'all like the oil, man. And even more, thanks for having me on, man. I salute you, kings, man.
Yo, come up with some more scents, like scented ones, like.
Okay, for sure. For sure, I got you.
I like this one, yo. It smells
I
good.
do, you know what I'm saying? But it's always good to come with different flavors. You know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt, no doubt.
Definitely.
I'm on that.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right,
Peace.
peace out.